Yo, how's it going, everybody? Oh man, today is a tough Friday for me personally. I was so close to passing my account, and to be honest with y'all, I did get a little anxious when it came to the trades. I did end up taking around 3 trades this morning. Broke my rules for a loss of 1,100, and it was just stupid, man. To be honest, I guess there was a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of, you know, of anxiousness, basically all the emotions that are not good when it comes to trading. I was feeling them in that moment just because I was so close to passing this account, and I ended up taking three trades. So let's talk about price action first. On the 4 hour, we already ended up taking out these lows, and I was looking at these lows down here, and I was like, okay, you might see a reversal, but we also might have a continuation lower. And I was like, I was just waiting for the reversal, to be honest. And yeah, I was also looking a little bearish because I don't want to go against the trend, but I also do want to catch the move up. But overall, I was bearish as on a 15 minute to an hour. See on the daily actually. So sweeping out these daily lows on the 4 hour. It's just bearish. On the 1 hour, we had this gap, and also on the 15 minute, we had this 15 minute gap, 15 to 5 minute. But when price action started, we respected this 5 minute, ended up coming down lower. And let's talk about my trades now. The mistakes I ended up making. Made a lot of mistakes today, as I usually like to trade. One trade I like getting off is trading open highs and open lows. As this candle was just going up and down, I kind of wanted to see the price come up and tap into this 1 hour gap, sweeping these highs. But that's not what we ended up doing, because if we ended up coming up higher. If price ended up coming up like this, coming in, I would have looked for an entry here on the way down, maybe for a resweep. But I knew that this draw down here at these lows would have been taken. But price action just started really bad, to be honest, and I did not recognize that. That's one thing. I did not recognize that, and we ended up taking out these open lows and highs right on open. So in the same 2 minute, in the same candle, we ended up taking out these lows and highs. And yeah, I mean, ended up getting, actually we have not taken up yet. But anyways, I was looking at the 30 seconds. Probably another mistake I ended up making, but overall, just ended up catching this trade here. Ended up coming down lower, but I saw we respected this gap, came back higher. So just being this like anxious and fear of losing, as I already also did take a trade on Asia for a loss around 400, and I ended up taking just like a break even profit for like $90, and just not following through with the trade, knowing this would have hit and passed my account easily. So that's one trade that was just stupid. So I didn't really count that as much as, I entered and I got out quickly, but I know I did end up counting it at the end of the day. And this trade here also, I ended up putting like a couple more contracts in here, and entered off of this 1 minute inversion, and my profit was around $1,000 as I was at 52 100, and I just needed 1,000 to pass, and my take profit was around here for to pass my account. But again, price was just choppy, and I didn't want it to just mitigate in this area, as we were also in this 2 minute gap, respecting this, coming up higher. But in the same candle as I got out, ended up hitting my TP. And yeah, that's two trades that could have passed my account, but I guess I wasn't as confident, or just the fear of losing money, as I already took a L on Asia last night and ended up taking an L, so I just wanted to pass this account. But again, end up on this trade here. So that's two trades that ended up playing out that I got out just because I was like nervous, anxious, all of the above. And it is what it is, as I'm not gonna sit here and take more trades and setups. Even this is a perfect setup here. We swept out these lows, reswept, and had a 1 minute inversion here. Perfect setup here, but I'm not gonna take that because I already broke my rules, so I gotta pay the price for that. And it is what it is. As this trade here, it was a stupid, the worst trade, to be honest. Um, we had this 50-second move up. As I was looking at the 15-second one, we ended up respecting this 15-second gap, and we're seeing this 15-second, um, respecting it, and then inverting it the next leg. Entered, ended up getting stopped out right away. Not right away. It ended up chopping, but ended up coming back lower and stopping me out. So yeah, and this was a loss for like 900, and yeah, so a total loss of like 1,200. Um, you know, just a bunch of mistakes lined up in an hour. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. As I'm just here to learn, just take my L, journal all these trades, and just get better, and just be confident, and just not even think about the account like that. But I made the mistake. It's gonna I'm gonna be patient next time, and just have the outcome go, and have the trust all in God, and just believe in my model. I also created this risk management, this sheet when I do pass my account. How much points is the stop loss on NQ, ES, whatever. NQ 20 points, and MQ. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this when I pass my account. I should be using it now, but it is what it is. As I did not recognize PA just being so terrible, and I ended up taking a loss for like 1,200. Learning, I'm still halfway, so maybe one banger trade could pass my account. But yeah, that's it for me today. I got a lot of shit to do today on this Friday. So yeah, I gotta get that over with. And yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed, amazing start to your weekend. God bless everybody.